It's been very integral and then symmetrical. You look at the argument. I heard Professor Boakye also make argument with Evans yesterday evening as well. But overall, you want to minimize costs. And you look at what the receipts have been, 10 billion, and you make comparable argument about the prevention objectives of making sure we don't have gold gotten from our earth here, smuggled, and then you just oppose it with year on year, 400 million previously. Overall cost-benefit analysis, what will be your stake? Whilst you make argument for minimizing costs, because that's very important.
Thank you very much, Roland. Let's first of all deal with this issue. Let's take your calculator and let's do a simple mathematics, and then let's put the issues in there.
You started this one with calculator, okay?
Yes, so that we dispel a lot of, you know, they are throwing a lot of figures out there that I don't think resonates or is in tune with what the IMF is saying. 2024, we expended how much? 400 million for what? For 11 tons of gold. You understand? So let's do simple proportions. This 1.74 billion we are told is as a result of sale of 104 tons of gold. So divide 104 by 11 and multiply by 400. And let's see.
104.
Yeah, divided by 11.
By 11.
Yes. Times 400 million.
400 million.
Are you doing science and math quiz?
Yes, we are doing science.
3.7.
So under their, if you were going to go by their trajectory, you understand. Sometimes some of these people, when they are speaking, they don't even look at the data.
3.7 million.
So it means they would have expended $3.7 billion in buying 104 tons of gold. That is what we are discussing here. Now, Gold Board in 2025 is accused of having expended 1.7 billion. And that 1.7 billion was used to purchase 104 tons. This is the baseline. And this is what the minority in Parliament is saying that is a humongous cost. And I'm saying that the same IMF also references how much we expended in 2024. That in 2024, we bought only 11 tons at a cost of $400 million. So if all things being equal, we were doing the same extrapolation, it means if they were the ones who had bought 104 tons, we as a country would have expended, what did you get? $3.7 billion. How does 1.7 billion cost becomes more than 3.7 billion that they would have incurred? That is why I don't take them serious. But
they didn't incur that.
So I am telling you the baseline, you know, the data
I know the extrapolations
exactly, exactly. And you see, and you see, and you see, listening to my two brothers.
His argument is that 1.7 brought in 104. And then 400
brought in 11
brought
tons.
in only 11.
Roland, it is even warped to the extent.
What is warped about
it? It is warped. I'm coming.
Okay, please allow.
I can't believe you have never
no, please. No. Let this discussion not degenerate.
So no, he doesn't have anything to say. I know the strategy. So the minority extrapolated their whole press conference from a selected issues paper written by Wangum Nolen. Now this is the headline: lessons from the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program. It's not lesson from the Gold Board domestic purchase program. Say the Bank of Ghana's domestic purchase program. So the IMF itself acknowledges that this whole business of domestic purchase program is within the purview of the Bank of Ghana, and that it was the Bank of Ghana that gave the money for gold to be bought. So let us put it in play. So it is just disingenuous, pure propaganda to just turn it around and say it is Gold Board's problem. When, as a matter of fact, you know very well that it is the Bank of Ghana's issue. That's one. Number two, the World Bank itself, the IMF itself acknowledges, and let me read a paragraph for you. This is paragraph 2 or page 2. The rapid expansion of the gold, the domestic gold purchase program coincided and arguably contributed to a remarkable macroeconomic stabilization. This is the word IMF. They are telling you that as a result of what the Bank of Ghana together with the gold board did, it led to what? A macroeconomic stabilization of the economy. Is it in doubt? Are you in doubt about that? That as a result of what they did, your cedi to the dollar has stabilized over the period to the extent that by 2025 end year, it appreciated against the dollar to the tune of about 41% or almost 42%. Is there anything in doubt about that? By the way, what is the function of the Bank of Ghana? You go to Article 183 and we put the issues in the right perspective. The Bank of Ghana shall be the Central Bank of Ghana and shall be the only authority to issue the currency of Ghana. 2, the Bank of Ghana shall promote and maintain the stability of the currency of Ghana and direct and regulate the currency system in the interest of this country. The Bank of Ghana, all that they are supposed to do is to put in place programs and policies that would assure the stability of our currency. Has that been achieved?
I don't understand. You mean that maintaining the currency is paramount?
That is a core mandate.
And the minority doesn't like that?
No, they know it. But what else are they going to say? What else do they have to say?
So how much
how much? Zato, for the 20th time, let me tell you.
Relax.
Nobody in this administration, neither was it in the NPP, can pay me for my work.
Okay.
Nobody. Look. No. Look. No. I have to establish.
Okay.
The last time I allowed you to say it and get away with it on a sister station. Let me tell you, and I'm saying it once again. Nobody within this administration, was in your administration, can pay me. I can pay myself. For Christ's sake.
That's all. You're my friend.
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
No. Seriously, I think that it is disrespectful and
allow them.
for you to hail so-called accusation that you're claiming that he went to collect bribe or money to speak for the whole.
No.
It's not fair. Let's be decorous to ourselves.
It is the choice. The choice of words of Zato.
Can he also make the argument that you also
you have been paid by? No, it's okay.
He has withdrawn it.
I have heard severally.
It is unfair and disrespectful.
Roland.
And I think that the two of you, the way you have been accepted within the public domain so far, lends credence to the relationship.
Roland, you know why they will conclude on that? Because it's not very easy for anybody to do this, what I'm doing, and do it on a pro bono.
So you're saying you speak your mind?
I speak my mind.
Okay, please go on.
There is nothing to gain from going to take money and say and speak say something that is not truthful. It's
please
not
allow him to talk.
Now,
so the currency is the problem.
The currency
they are worried.
And then, what are you going to campaign with? This was a party that said that they have arrested the dollar, given the keys to the IGP. That the dollar broke the chain, and we had to find it at 17 cedi.
So arrested.
It broke chain and started moving with the speed of light. So for them, they must do everything possible to make sure that the dollar also breaks the chain again, so that it goes beyond the 18 months. Recently, recently they were just watching the OMCs and their prices. They were praying that it would go beyond the 23 per liter. Then they just screenshot it and broadcast it. That is what my brothers are doing. And I'm saying that is not politics. You just have to go back, reorganize yourself, get cogent programs and policies, come and market it to the good people of this country. Because we will beat the NDC not on lies, but with superior policies. And I'm telling you, yes. Now, the IMF, this document that I'm holding itself, at a point, Gwam Nolen himself was very confused. In one breath, he uses the term loss. In another breath, he uses the term cost. I believe that it's a cost of sale. I mean, TV3, as an entity, obedient general, cannot generate revenue without incurring cost. It doesn't mean you have made a loss, especially where the outcome outweighs whatever input you put in. And that is why they safely say, here I'm reading again, that as a result of the gold bond, the Bank of Ghana's domestic gold purchase program, they were able to realize 10.9 billion. Those gold bond capital is at 10.8 billion, I understand, because they run at the IMF run at it. 10.9 billion was generated by expending 1.74 billion. Who will not opt for this? Exactly. Who will not do? Why must we even debate on this? that you expended 1.7 billion and made money to the tune of 10.9 billion. You netted for how much? One is about 1.5% of GDP. The revenue that accrued to the state was 9.5%. And you want me, because on the altar of politics, cheap politicking, come and sit here and say that.
But they say they are losses.
Look, let me quote the IMF is own. At the point
Which
that.
page?
No, I'm referring to page 8.
Page 8.
This IMF, this is what they rely on. This is knowledge document that they
have. It's on the page of IMF. So anybody who likes, you can go and.
So this is page 8.
Page 8.
Listen to the IMF using cost. Here they are deviating from the use of the term loss. And it's under paragraph 14. You are here, you can read. Domestic gold program, purchasing program activities will be fully transferred to the gold board as of July 1st, 2027. And listen to what the IMF, those that are quoting the IMF, when they got to this portion, they decided not to read it. And
they skipped it?
They skipped it. Under a memorandum of understanding, the Bank of Ghana will fully exit the domestic gold purchase program and will no longer be exposed to its quasi-fiscal risks in the future. It will continue to play a role as gold board's fiscal agent and as a recipient of monetary gold for its reserve. All costs, listen here, they didn't use the term loss. All costs of the domestic gold purchase program will be transparently assumed by government. They didn't say all losses, because they know that it is a cost of sales. Now, these costs are expected to be brought down to 5% of gold purchase. These costs are expected to be brought down to 5% of gold purchase. Some progress, listen to the IMF that they are relying. Some progress has been made in 2026 quarter one. The IMF is saying that in spite of what they realized in 2025, there has been monumental progress in quarter one of 2026. With this cut down from 14.5% in 2025 to 11.4%. This was done notably through the halving of asare fees, service charges, and other logistical costs. The spread between the Forest Bureau rate and the reference rate has also been reduced significantly.
And this is the same IMF.
This is the same IMF. And when the minority got to this part, because they know a lot of Ghanaians do not read, but to my youth, when people say something, go and get the document and read it for yourself. It doesn't take anything.
And this is on the IMF page.
On the IMF page. And this is supposed to be the selected issues paper that they reference, that indeed Ghana expended $1.7 billion in getting 10.8 and 4. And so you must go and change the gold board and go and change the Bank of Ghana.
Why do you seem to make an overall commitment to this statement? That you look at the overall cost-benefit analysis.
Yes.
You say that a cost of 1.7, which of course, the IMF says could be improved, and this improving is better. And so we should continue on this policy path. The point is that the IMF recognizes, and I just read to you, that our economy has been stabilized largely because of the domestic gold purchase program. Again, the IMF recognizes that for the first time, because the gold board came into it, I was one of those that initially criticized the gold board. I thought that the PMMC was doing the same role that the gold board was going to do. And indeed, they are doing that, but they have brought some levels of vim and vigor into that sector. Vim and vigor, and they are doing something that is right. Because for the first time in the history of this country, do you know in 2025, small-scale miners overtook, in terms of volumes, gold production against the large-scale miners. And the IMF itself says, and listen to what they say, they are giving us a clue, and as a country, we must, as a matter of urgency, begin to know. They tell us, the IMF tells us that the large-scale miners or mining companies in this country does not contribute a far into our economy. And I want to get a relevant provision for you. Maybe your time will not allow, but I'll ask, I'm going through. The World Bank, the IMF says, your Anglo Gold, your Newmont, your Gold Fields, and so on and so forth, their contribution in terms of revenue to the Ghanaian economy is not as substantial as we expect. And that the artisanal small-scale miners have contributed immensely. Now we will be the last people to be lectured by those that nearly so tall mismanage the economy of this country. We will be the last political party or individuals to accept the views of individuals that nearly sold vacuum. Precious institution. When they were in power, and they claim they relaunched, in fact, it was a relaunching of gold, domestic gold purchase, because we have been buying gold to the Bank of Ghana since time immemorial. When they launched it in 2021, in 2024, the cedi to the dollar at the point was nearly 1:17. So it means that we were doing something wrong. The IMF itself acknowledges that the gold for oil was just a top
adventure that all of us were taken through. And I want to admonish.
What do you mean by chop chop? If there's any chop chop, let
me read that prophet. Let me read that portion so that you say domestic gold purchase program operations have generated signal losses for the Bank of Ghana. Losses in 2024 were equivalent to almost $400 million. And let's know, 1/3 of which were related to gold for oil. That's the cost.
The 400 million.
The 400 million. They just tell you that 1/3 of it, the cost that they incurred in terms of 400, 1/3 of it was attributable to the gold for oil. And I'm saying that gold for oil, we never knew the off-takers. The question that Afenyo was asking yesterday, we did not know the off-takers, we did not know how much a dollar was being sold for. You did not know all this. You were relying on a document. So on what basis did you arrive at the figure called 1.74 billion? We got to be serious in this country. No wonder at the point somebody was yawning during the press conference.
Aaron, why is it that there seem to be extreme targets and criticism of the Gold Board CEO then, to the point that even though there's clarity that's being made by minority leader, that Gold Board criticism is about Ghana, not bitterness, so to speak?
Of course, it's about Ghana. But let me first deal with what Sulu said. He picked this document, Lessons from the Bank of Ghana's Domestic...
which is, by the way, published on the website of the...
The point over here, at one point, he mentions that it is...
No, we are having two different documents.
Relax. Relax. I'm even going to give you the IMF document. It's the same. Relax. It's not about shouting. Relax. That same point, he, Sulu, at one point, mentioned cost. And he... on the second part, please relax. I'm speaking. Okay. On the second part, mention losses. The Honorable Atta of Sanerugu sat here, spoke for about 17 minutes, pussyfooted around the subject matter. We did not vote for social studies student. I'm telling you here, we did not vote for lack of social amenities. The fact that losses happened under the NPP does not warrant you to make losses. If the NPP, the Ghanaian people were happy with how the NPP did it, they wouldn't have voted us out of power. Deal with the issue. So it is an established fact. The good people of Sanerugu are looking at you today, Honorable Atta, to tell you that there is a loss. You admit that there is a loss. Deal with it. The second part is that when a Ghanaian raises an issue to you, any appointee of this government, and I'm speaking specifically to the Gold Board CEO, nobody hates you. Do not insult. It is a bad training. It tells a lot about your character. You must not insult before you make your point.
You have made this point.
Relax. It is why we tell you that you have received money from the Gold Board. Why are you quick? Yes. No, because why you keep coming that? Please, are you the one who bought the airtime for? My brother.
No. Aaron, respectfully.
No, I'm coming to that.
That subject matter. I've told you.
I said I did not say he has been paid. I said he has received money. It is different. It's different. Please relax. Now let me proceed on the fact. Honorable Atta, all the conversation you mentioned over here.
Aaron, respect. No, please.
I retract. That's fine. Honorable Atta, all the finance jargons you termed over here, the Ghanaian people do not even believe in you. You know why? When Section 58 of the Bank of Ghana Act is saying that when the Bank of Ghana is done with their audited report account, they should forward it to the minister. You, Atta, went for it and did a press conference on it. You breached a whole statutory provision. The last bit, I asked him a question. That is a revolving fund. The same, can it be classified under revenue? Do you know why I asked? Roland, if you look at the 2025 budget, when Gold Board was established, at paragraph 372, and I read, it says, Mr. Speaker, we will provision a CD equivalent of $279 million as a revolving fund for the Ghana Gold Board to be able to purchase and export at least 3 tons of gold per week for small-scale miners. This amount, if you look at the appendix of the 2025 budget, is amounting to 4 billion Ghana cedis, 547,700,000. You know why I asked him that? Can it be classified under revenue? He boldly said no. But if you pick the Ghana Gold Board account, you get to know that same amount has been classified under revenue.
But that is debatable because there are...
That is why I asked him. That is why I asked him. That is why I asked him.
It is there.
It is there. It is there. also open to petition.
No, please.
That is why I asked him, because I'm not a finance person.
Yeah.
He boldly sat on TV3 to deny that or to state clearly that. Please. Stop this gold board rushing defense. So what is this?
Go on.
The gold board as an authority has a PRO. If you want to work for them, do
so you want to throw that?
No. It is why people would reasonably think that you have received some funds.
I don't have a problem.
Maybe you have not.
I don't have a problem with saying I've received funds.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. I don't have a problem.
You've done that.
I don't have a problem.
The position we are making is very clear. Stop the social studies analysis that happened in NPP, so you are justifying saying. When it happened, Dr. Zato has established him over here. You went on a demonstration, called for the heads of the leadership of BOG. Today, it is happening. And in fact, God has a very beautiful way of repeating history. When Ato Forson was there, arrogantly speaking to the director of security that he's not going to present the said petition to him. Today, here is him. So pretending over this BOG and others. And you see, let me make this last point. Solo cites Article 183 of our Constitution. And same was invariably stated by my senior brother sitting here, that Bank of Ghana's mandate is not to be making profit. But where is it stated that Bank of Ghana, they have the mandate to be making loss? Where is it stated? It is not stated anywhere. So when the matter happens, we will speak about it clearly. Let's stop that. Last on Sammy Gyamfi, you should stop the insult. He can make his position without insulting. We beg of him. That is not the culture of the Ghanaian people.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.